This December I'm making a Christmas calendar using vanilla JavaScript and HTML canvas. In each one of these days, I'm gonna procedurally generate a unique Christmassy item because I need icons like these around this time, and good free ones are hard to come by. I also want to easily scale and color them in different ways. I hope you'll follow along and implement your own versions so I can showcase them in a special video on the 24th. You'll practice working with coordinates, basic math, and various JavaScript programming techniques. It's a good project, I think, to learn about code modularity, reusability, and how to write consistent code. Today is day 11 and we're gonna draw a snowflake. Coding with Radu. Let's code now. To draw the snowflake here, next to the other items, we're gonna go to index.html and add another function here to our array at index 11. Draw snowflake. Now this function will implement it in its own file, snowflake.js, inside of the items folder. Control click this to create the file in VS Code. And let's have a quick function here that just takes those same parameters and quick reference to the top and left helper variables. And then let's draw this bounding box starting at the top left with the size, width, and height. And now we have here the space where we want our snowflake to fit. Let's start by drawing a simple line from the center towards the right side of the screen like this. So I'm going to go here, maybe set the line width to some value relative to the size here so it scales nicely. And then let's use the line method that we implemented in a previous video, like so. So from the center to the right side of the screen. You can have a right helper variable if you want, but I won't bother with it this time. Nice. And now I want to branch this so that it kind of goes down like this and then also like that. So I'm going to go here and draw another line, also at X, but increasing it a little bit towards the right so that it's like somewhere here. I'm not sure exactly where, maybe 30% away from the center, so a little bit closer to the right side. And then same Y. And then the tip point, let's move it downwards and a little bit to the right. So maybe X plus 40% of the width and Y plus maybe 20%. Let's just see how it looks like. Save, refresh, and yeah, maybe a little bit to the left and a little bit to the top. Let's see. So maybe 25 here and 15 here. I'm going to refresh. Yeah, I think this is fine. And now duplicate this at the top. So I'm going to copy this and only change this Y value here to have a minus instead. And now we have one branch that we somehow have to repeat multiple times. So let's take this code out as a function for drawing a branch. Now you can style these any way you want, these branches, play with all kind of tricks. I think that Frank has a nice video about fractals where he's using them also for snowflakes, if I remember right. So maybe check that one out as well. But we'll reuse this component to draw multiple branches and rotate around the center point. For that, it helps to translate first to the center point, this X and Y. And now we have that center point as the 0, 0 coordinate. So we could loop and draw a number of branches, maybe 6. I think this hexagonal shape looks nice. I have that one video where Master Skier looks at snowflakes through the microscope. probably a very boring video with not so many views, but it's there. So I am an expert. And then let's rotate this by a third of pi. So doing it 6 times, 5 times, it's going to make the 5 other branches. The first one is not rotated. Now save, refresh, and there it is. It just needs the color. Let's set here the stroke style. And every time you work with these operations, it's a good idea to save the state of the context and restore at the end, because they are not so used methods, and if you end up using this object in some other way, then drawing afterwards becomes weird with all these translations and rotations. So good to restore the properties when significant things change like that. I tend to not do it all the time because you normally do set things like stroke style, line width, so they become overwritten. But if you like, keep this habit of always saving and restoring the object when entering the function and exiting it. It doesn't really change any behavior now, but it will help in the future.